Hello everyone, Emmanuel here, and welcome to the first episode of Design with Me. And pretty much in this video, it's going to be kind of like a podcast. I'm going to be redesigning a website, and you can follow along and learn and watch. It's not just going to be a how-to video. I'm going to talk about my thought process and how I design. So you can watch and learn, or you can kind of throw it in the background and just listen to it like a podcast if you want to do that. Either way, you're going to learn a lot. So let's go ahead and get started on this website. Okay, so this is the client's website right here. He's a lawyer. His website is alabamatruckwrecklawyer.com. So pretty much what he does, from what he told me, is he's a lawyer for people who crash into trucks, people who drive trucks and crash. So basically accidents that involve trucks, that's kind of what he does. So I'm going to go through my design process now. So this is what I do. He wants me to redesign his website because he says that he did it himself. He's not too happy with how it looks. And yeah, if we look through it, it does look kind of plain, it looks pretty basic, but he's a lawyer, he's not a designer. So I like to look through what he has to get ideas of how I'm going to fix it. And he has the contact page, he has a form, that's about it. And then he has a menu here and then the same menu up here. So we can probably remove this. Let's see what other page he has. Big truck collision, that's probably a service. Okay, some pictures, some text, a lot of text, okay. And this is all caps, so we have to fix that. This is like really hard to read. You want to make your text easy to read, have a good size, good spacing. We're gonna figure all that stuff out, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I do that. Meet Johnny, that's probably like an About Us page, right? That's him right there. And a little bit about him and what he's associated with. A video of him, that's cool. And then this is the footer, which is on every page. And contact us. Well, there's two. Okay, so the contact us doesn't work. It looks like it was going to link to his phone number. That's probably what he wanted. So we're going to make a button that calls people when they click there. That's about it. It's not a super big website. And it was designed by somebody else, and he had to hire us. So maybe they didn't do a good job. Or maybe they did, and maybe... Who knows? I don't want any beef. All right. So, but we're going to redesign and we're going to make it look much better. We're going to go to the dashboard. The first thing I like to do is go to plugins and delete any useless plugins. So we're going to go ahead and remove anything that is not useful, just to make the website faster and to get rid of all these junk notifications. So anti-spam, we don't need that. Elementor, we're going to use that. Google Analytics, he might want to use that later. Jetpack, we're not going to use that. Mojo Marketplace, we're not going to use that. This, we're not going to use that. Remove footer credit, we don't need that. Talk to live chat. He does have a little live chat icon in the bottom right corner. I think my face might be covering that right now, but he has that. He probably wants to use that for like a chat for his customers, so we're going to leave that there. WP Forms, we're going to remove that because we're going to add a better form than what he has. So I'm going to deactivate all these plugins that we don't need and click apply. And it's going to take a second to deactivate here. All right, there you go. Now we're going to check them again. Let's uncheck the ones that we don't want to delete here. And let's delete these now. Yes, we're going to delete them. All right, it's going to go ahead and delete all this. Delete. Sometimes I mispronounce words because I speak Spanish and English, but I grew up with Spanish, so I mix the sounds of letters randomly sometimes. But whatever, it's fun to know two languages, so it's not a big deal. And let's close out of all this stuff. No, I don't want any of that. Close out of this. Close it. So many notifications. All right, let's go back to plugins to make sure we removed everything. Okay, perfect. Let's close this. Great. A little bit easier, a little bit cleaner. We can see what we're working with now. As far as plugins, we don't need to install anything right now. Next thing we're going to do is change the theme. So we're going to go to Appearance and Themes. That's the next thing that I like to do, to pick a theme that I can work with. Right now he has this theme, Bisberg. Never heard of it. One of the biggest problems with WordPress is that every theme has different settings and a different customizer, and it's super confusing to learn each one. So what I did is I found there's two themes that I use. One of them is Hello by Elementor, which is really good because it's a really basic plain theme. You can turn it into whatever you want, but you do need to have Elementor Pro for it to work, and I know not everyone has Elementor Pro. So the next best one that I like to use that is free and you don't need to have Elementor Pro or anything like that is Astra. So we're gonna look up Astra and install it. And activate it. And Astra is really simple. I like it because even though it doesn't have the most settings of everything, it is really good for my customers because it's really simple to use. So if they need to change anything, it's not too complex. So I'm thinking of it from my client's perspective because I know at the end of the day, they're the ones who's gonna manage their website. So there it is, install the theme. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna install a plugin to help us build the website a little bit better. So I make my company, I Create Your Site. We make 300 websites per year. So that's about 30 to 40 websites per month. And making every website 100% custom takes a long time. So we would not be able to do it. So what we do is for most customers, we sell them a template package. They know it's a template. We show them, we let them pick which ones they like. If they're not sure, they let us pick for them. Usually they're not 100% sure, so we pick one for them. And if there's a customer who really wants something really, really custom, then we'll go ahead and do it custom for them. But for 99% of customers who are small businesses, a professional template that we don't just plug the template and let it be there. We get the template and we customize the template to make it unique, which is it's a good blend of being able to do it fast, but also being able to have a unique website. And what I like to use is called Envato. Envato, like that. It's a template library that has a ton of templates. Here it is. It's this one, Envato Elements. We're going to install this right now. And they have 5 stars, which is really good. And we're going to go ahead and activate it. All right, it's downloading. Perfect, it activated. So the next thing we're going to do is find it right here on the left-hand side. Here it is, in Elements. We're going to click there. And we're going to sign up. I'm going to put my email so that my client isn't getting like random emails that he doesn't know what it's from. I create your site at gmail.com. And if you have any questions or get stuck or need help with your website, you can email me at icreateyoursite@gmail.com. Click agree. I'm not going to check because I don't want to get promotional emails. I sign up to this 100 times a day, so I don't need to check that every time. All right, so it automatically detects that we're using Elementor. If it doesn't detect that for you, just make sure that you choose Elementor from the drop-down. All right, so they have different kinds of templates. I think these that have a star are like premium paid templates. So we can skip that. We want to go to the free ones. Let's see. They had a little search bar here somewhere. Are these? Let's check if these are paid. I'm not sure. I think this star premium template. I think this is paid. Yeah, you have to buy like a thing for this. Okay, let me go back. Filter, show. Okay, let's uncheck show free. And let's uncheck show pro because I'm not going to use Elementor Pro for this example. And he is a law website, so let's see the options. Let's just look up law. It's going to be a little bit easier that way. Okay, so here is templates that are related to the law and like lawyers and stuff. I really like this one. So I'm going to go ahead and click import template, and that's going to save the template to my website. Okay, that one is saved, and we're going to use this one for the home page. Let's go back and get one for the contact page. Let's see, they should have some contact ones here. There's a contact us right here. I don't like that one that much. Let's go back. And FAQ, I don't like that one that much. Let's see. I'm thinking about like how I can use them. All right, you know what? Let's get, because we can change them later. Let's get this one for the contact us, and we're gonna import it. We'll make some changes to it later to make it fit a little bit better. That's not a big deal. And we're gonna get one for the about us, which is gonna be this one. There's our team. Is there a better? I like this one better for the about us. All right, perfect. Import. And then there was that fourth page, which was for like the actual service itself. Finish importing. Let's use this one. So this one says it's a home page, but that doesn't matter because we can edit all of this. So you can use the home page template on the about page. What really matters is if you like how it looks. All right, perfect. So we've imported all of them. So now they're going to be inside of our Elementor when we start using it. Let's go back to the home page. Here it is. And we need to do some basic changes before we start. Right now the page is like cropped. We want it to be full width. So let's go to edit page. And let's make sure that it is set up to be full width. Let's see here, page attributes, default template, Elementor full width, update. All right, it's updating and it's done. Perfect. Now we can click edit with Elementor and it's going to open up the editor. All right, it's loading up here. Okay, perfect. So it's automatic, even though he didn't have Elementor before, it automatically converted whatever content he had to something that was editable by Elementor, as you can see here. Looks kind of crazy right now. So we have to fix all of this. So we can download Envato elements from right here, but we already did it before opening Elementor. So they actually go to this little folder here. And they're going to be under My Templates. These templates are the ones that Elementor brings by default. My Templates are the ones that you make yourself or that you save from another plugin. So here is Home 1. And if you don't remember what yours is called, you can click Preview to see what it is. See, we can preview that it's the correct one. And I'm going to go ahead and install this right here. Click Yes for the page settings to be plugged in. And all right, we're going to redesign his website. Let's close out of here. All right, perfect. So it imported the template right under his page. Okay, so let's go to the top. Here is the logo. Let me see if I can place the logo anywhere in the new template. Yeah, I'm gonna put the logo right here on the right hand side. So let's move that over here. Let me grab this and scroll down. We're gonna put it right there. Pretty much I'm reusing the same content because the information is good, just the design is the one that's not good. So there's the logo, it's way too small. It's probably crunched to the side because there's padding here, which I'm gonna remove. See, 200, let's make it 10. See, and now you can see it. And you can see that it's transparent, so it's kind of hard to see. So let's, we might want to move it over here so that it has a solid background behind it. Let's do that. And let's move it to the left and make it a little bit smaller. Beautiful. All right, so let's change the heading to what his heading is. Common truck accidents. He doesn't really have a heading for his website. So we have to think of one for him. And sometimes my clients don't have content because they're not content creators. They're just doing their job, so I have to do that for them. But a good heading, for example, could be Alabama. Whoops, Alabama. Yeah, we can name it the same thing as his website. Let's just copy that. Lawyer. And let's make it actually be a sentence. And let's go to style and capitalize it under typography, transform, uppercase. Actually capitalize. There you go, it looks better. Alabama truck lawyer, that's also the keyword, so that helps. Then we have the first paragraph, which it's like kind of sort of like describes what he does. Like a little description, that's what you want to have there. And that's kind of what he has here, but it's way too big and it's all capitalized. First thing I'm going to do, this is really hard to read because it's all capitalized. I'm going to highlight all of it and I'm going to open a new tab and I'm going to change it. I like going to case convert. And that is a website that convert case that changes the casing of letters. So I want to put lowercase. There you go. And I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to go back to the website. And I'm going to paste this as the first sub-paragraph here. It kind of explains the basics of what the website is all about. I'm going to paste that right in there. Beautiful. Let's capitalize the first letter because we've got to have that good grammar in there. Now this first paragraph here, I'm thinking, let's shrink this. I'm thinking if it might be too much, like if it's too much to read all at once, just for like the first thing. Understanding the type of accident your family member was involved in will allow you to determine who is liable. All right, let's capitalize some of these sentences here that I just realized are missing. Okay. So this is not the best introductory sentence. I kind of like this one. Yeah, this is nice. Let's change the casing in this as well. Sentence case might be good. Oh, perfect. It automatically detects the grammar and does the sentence case is the best one. So we're going to get this. This is actually a much better subheading because it's short and it kind of explains the gist of what the website's going to be about. So we're going to replace that. I'm going to put it right on top so that I don't have to delete things twice. There you are. Hit enter. And now I'm going to copy this paragraph and move it out of here. Perfect. So there you go. That's a nice little subheading right there. Beautiful. All right. The next thing is this bigger paragraph that we just copied, right? This giant one. That one was a little bit more detailed. So I think that one, let's see where that one could fit in right here in the first introductory paragraph. Let's plug that in there. Beautiful. And we need a heading and a subheading for that section. So the heading was here, common truck accident types. So I'm going to do that, common truck accident types. That's going to be the same heading. It's also a keyword, so that's nice. We're going to put that in here. Right there. And oops, I almost forgot. We got to change the casing in here. Let's put it back. And we can use Elementor to actually change the casing as well. But if it's all capital, Elementor won't change it to lowercase, unfortunately. But I can do capitalize, which is kind of what I want. And this subheading, I want to change it to the name of his service. So we're going to plug this in here and plug the subheading in there. Just like a little reminder for visitors and a keyword for Google to know what that paragraph is about. And we'll capitalize it as well. There you go. That paragraph looks really good. Okay, so we're going to, we already have all of this. These images are on the website media, so I can remove them. I don't need them right now. This paragraph we already used. And here are some icons and examples, which we need to use as well. I'm going to move this down. Let me see if I can grab the little pencil. There it is. Oops, didn't let me. Grab a little pencil. It's not letting me drag it down. Sometimes Elementor freezes. Let me click update and refresh the page. If Elementor ever freezes, you can click update and refresh the page, and usually that unfreezes it. All right, beautiful. Let's see here. Should be unfrozen. See, unfrozen. So now you know if Elementor freezes on you, you can do that. And we can scroll down, and I'm gonna just put this where it goes. I'm not sure how I'm gonna design it yet. I'm just gonna put it where it goes. I know it goes under this information. I'm gonna work on the design later, but pretty much right now, basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to understand how the old information is gonna be placed in the new layout. And once I know where everything goes, it's easier to design. So we know that that's all going to go together like that. And now I can delete the old part of the design. So there you go. All right. Now the next step. We're going to now do this section right here. And let me see where we can fit that in. All right. Let's see. Maybe we can fit it in right here. I think that might be good. Let's see right here. Common track accident and causes. Again with the capital case. I think, is that the same title that's on here? Let me see here. Common truck accident types. Oh, this is different. This is kind of a different thing. All right, let's fix the capitalization. And these are all different like tools and websites that I've learned throughout time from like having to fix this stuff. Yeah, we're gonna create that section here. and we're going to make it capitalized, transform, capitalize, nice. And let's scroll back up, a lot of scrolling going on here, and this is the next paragraph. We're gonna get all this. You see, this is really, it's really hard to read, which is a major issue. And we're gonna do sentence case, and we're gonna copy this and put it back. Redesigning is a little bit easier just because the content is already there. Sometimes when you're designing a website from scratch, the clients don't have any content. Okay, yeah, if you're in trouble, so let's just change this to we are here to help you. You know, something generic but still useful and friendly. That's what I usually like to use for headlines. Nothing too specific because, you know, sometimes I can't read my customer's mind. So it has to be something that kind of fits everybody. All right, so we have this, and now we have this other section, and we're gonna drag this down to where it goes. And we're gonna style this last. So we're gonna plug that in there. Actually, let's use these columns. We're gonna plug this in here. And we're gonna delete. Let's delete, right click and delete this other stuff that's in here. And let's move the other one here. We're gonna move this one back down as well. It's all about getting the content laid out in a way that looks good and is easy to understand. You don't have to make it too complicated. I'm gonna leave these two here because I might want to use this styling. I'm not 100% sure yet. So I'm gonna leave it there. If I end up not using it, I'll delete it. But sometimes I leave elements because I'm like, man, I like the color, I like the font. I might want to use that later. So I'm gonna leave it there for now. All right, perfect. So we have now replaced this section. We're gonna close out of there. And now there's another section here. But if we go to our template, we're all out of sections. That's it. The last thing is the contact page. So what do? Really easy. We can recycle this section here. Let's duplicate it. And usually what I like doing is having one section with a light background, one section with a solid background, one section with a light background, one section with a solid background, just to kind of like separate things. Sometimes if it's all color or it's all light or all white, it kind of all blends together a little bit too much. So I duplicated that. So right click and duplicate that. That's how you duplicate elements. And I'm gonna move this section under here. All right, and I want it to look a little bit different than this. I don't want it to look exactly the same. So what I'll do is I'll invert it. I'll put the image on this side and the text on that side, like that. And now the text is too close to the edge, so we're gonna add some padding. We're gonna go to the column right here, and we're gonna go to advanced, and we're gonna add some padding on the right-hand side. It had 94 on the top, and let's do, on the right-hand side, let's do 30. That looks good, it's easy to read. Let's shrink this up. Okay, perfect. And now we're gonna plug in the content here. So we're gonna scroll back up, common damages. We're gonna copy that. We're gonna change it to capitalized case and put it where it goes. Scroll down. That's gonna go here. Beautiful. And whoops. And next the paragraph. We're gonna do the paragraph next. So you can see how it can be simple to redesign a website just by reorganizing the content into a new layout. Okay, and we're gonna plug this in here for the paragraph. Oh, forgot to change the case. Let's do sentence case. Copy that. And let's erase this here and paste that there. Beautiful. That looks great. The keyword we can leave there because it's the same. I'm gonna drink some water. All right, and then these services here, I'm gonna delete these. And we're gonna plug in the ones that he had up here. I believe he had some up here. Yeah, here you are. So we're gonna grab these and bring them down. A lot of scrolling on websites, guys. Put it there, scroll back up, and put this down. I actually, since we make 30 to 40 websites a month, I have to optimize everything for speed, obviously. And I don't do all the websites myself. I have developers that help me with it. But you know, we have to work fast to get everybody on task. Let's see, did I already do this part? Yeah, I think I did. I was talking. Yeah, here it is. When you are Beautiful. Let's close this. So even the speed of my mouse, I have it set to like the maximum tracking speed. We can close this image. This is his address, so we're going to copy this. And I'm going to add a new map. And I want to put the map right next to the contact button. So I'm going to split this up into 2 columns. So add a new column. And I'm going to put the map right here. Let's find the map. And put the map next to it. Let's plug in his address. Right there. It's going to load up. Beautiful. Let's zoom in because this is like way too far. You can't really even see where he is. Let's do 15 for the zoom. All right, perfect. Now I do want the map to go all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. I think that looks neat. So I'm going to remove the spacing that's up and down here. See, let's put this to 0 and put this to 0. And let's make the map a little taller to give this more space. So height, maybe 350. That looks good. Let's put this in the center. So let's go to the column options. And vertical alignment, we're going to put that in the middle. Things look really good when they're nice and centered. Beautiful. The next thing we're going to do is put a headline in here. This is obviously for a contact option. Let me see if he wrote anything for contact that he might want us to use. He just wrote, call us now. Yeah, I'm going to copy this. This is his contact information. Let's case convert this as well to capital case, like there. Let's copy this and let's go back. And let's put that here in the title. Call us now or contact us. Beautiful. That actually looks really good. Now let's capitalize the H. Hurting. Awesome. All right. I want to make this map a little bit more sleek and professional, so I can actually make this grayscale. So I can go to the options of the map, go to style, and there's a CSS filter. And saturation, if it's the less saturated the colors are, the more gray they are. So now it's kind of like black and white. It looks a little bit more modern, a little bit more professional, kind of fits the style of the website a little bit more. I kind of like doing that. And let's make it just a tad bit taller too, just a little bit more space, maybe 400 instead of 350, just to give it a little bit more space since there's 2 lines right here. Okay, beautiful. Okay, now we have to fix this and change the images and fix this. But I think we have the content, right? Yeah, we have the map and we have the phone number. And close all that out. Okay, beautiful. So we have all the content. Learn more. Let's connect this to the about page. See if he has an about page. He might not have an about page. Maybe it was because it's all caps. About. He does not have an about page. So let me click update and let me see what pages he has on his website, and then that way I'll know what to link it to. So click preview changes with a little eyeball. Beautiful. And we see the main menu is not showing here, which is, it's not a problem. I can go back to the website settings. We need to add a menu back in there later. And I'm going to go to pages. And I know that he had, okay, meet Johnny Adams. So this is probably, I'm going to click view. This is kind of like the about page for him, right? Because that's about him. So we're going to copy the name. And I just realized something. You see how it says index.php? That means that his URLs are not set up correctly. So these are things that you kind of find when you're making the website. Some people have it done correctly, some people don't. Before we start copying the links, let me fix that first. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard. And to fix the URL, I'm going to go to settings and permalinks. You don't want to have that index.php because it's hard for people to remember. So we're going to use post name. So they just have to remember the name of the page. And click save. It's also good for SEO to make the URL short and simple. All right. Let me go back to his page now. His about us page, or about him, I suppose. Click view, and now you can see the new URL. See, see there's no PHP stuff. It looks cleaner and easier to remember as well. Also easier for Google to recognize especially. So we're gonna plug that into the learn more. And let's go back to the other tab and contact us. Here's what the contact form was. You see that this page was just a contact form, and since I deleted the contact plugin, it just left whatever code was being used to generate it, which was this. But we're gonna make the contact here, so might as well save the link to this page for now. here. And I know there's a few other contact buttons, so let me plug those into there as well. Contact us, plug that in there. All right, update. Okay, perfect. So the links are all set up. Now the colors, we have to do the colors next. So as you can see, this dark blue and this dark blue is hard to see. So I want to change the color of this triangle, this like divider here, like this shape. I'm going to make it this orange color so that it has a better contrast and it still matches the colors of the website. And that orange color is also here on their logo, so it kind of all fits perfectly. I have a plugin here that detects the colors, but I don't need to use it because I can just click on this divider right here. And I can go to colors and I can copy this color code. Next, I can go to the background options to find this divider here. Go to style, and there's a video background, which is what we're seeing. And let's see the overlay, which is what's on top of it, and we can see the color right there. So let's replace that with this color. Nice, you see that? The logo is easier to see, but the little divider is practically invisible. So let me get that blue color from somewhere else on the website. I think these little logos have a little blue color on them. Let's go to icon, color, beautiful, here it is. We're gonna copy that. All right, and we're going to make this little line now match that color so that it stands out. And sometimes customers ask me like, why are there like little lines and like little things? Like why is that there? What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's just a design element. It's just to make the website look nice and look modern and have like different things, you know. This little line really doesn't mean or do anything. It just looks kind of nice, and that's just how things are styled sometimes, you know. This button, we're gonna make it blue so that there's not so much yellow up here. So we're just gonna replace all the yellow with blue like that, and this as well. See, and now when I hover over it, the text is still yellow. So let's go to hover, text color, and let's change that to blue as well. There you go, perfect. That looks good. I feel like it's kind of hard to see the text, right? Because there's no background. So let's make the background color white. And you can see the Elementor glitched on me here. Let's see if we can, oh, perfect. That was just, nope, not a glitch, it was just user error. There you go, much easier to read both buttons now. All right, let's see if there's any other button that we need to recolor so that it matches. Every other button looks good. I feel like this yellow is kind of like too strong, so I want to make it a little bit more transparent. So we're going to go back to the background options, and here's the background overlay color, and I'm going to make it a little bit more transparent. Let's see, this is too much, and just a little bit more than what it was before. There you go, just so it's not so overbearing. And we're going to make the logo a little bit bigger. Actually, this logo is going to be on the header, so actually let's remove the logo completely. Let's remove the logo, there you go, because the logo is going to be in the header. I just remembered that. So we're going to remove the logo actually. But there, this looks really good. Beautiful. All right, so we have this section here that we haven't used, and we have this section here that we haven't used. So let's do something. Let's delete this text here. And delete all of this. And I think I'm going to put an image, one of the images he had here. And these I really don't need this section at all. So I'm going to close this out right here. There you go. Actually, I really don't need this section either. Yeah, we can just go straight to the information. All right, so this image, let's replace it with one of his images. He had some trucks that had crashed, so this one looks good. Let's insert this one, see how it looks. All right, looks, maybe if I center it, it'll look better. No. Let's try a different one. Maybe, well, let's see what options we have here. Let's try this one. All right, let's try a different one. I'm just seeing how each one looks. I'm trying to find one where the truck is kind of in the middle. Okay, this one looks good. The truck is like right in the middle. Nice. All right, cool. So another thing is I'm noticing now that these two sections are like the same size, but then this like sticks out, and I don't want this to stick out. So I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to reuse these two columns, but instead of using them for this, I'm going to use them for these two little rows. So I'm gonna, you see I duplicated it, I'm gonna delete this image and delete this title and delete the subheading and delete the text, and I have these two things here. I'm gonna move one to the other side, and let's see why there's so much spacing up here. Maybe under advanced, no. Maybe the column has spacing, let's check. See, the column had the spacing, we can erase that. And I want to move this up. So let's get rid of this top padding here. And the bottom, we can reduce it to 60. Nice. And we can delete this and delete this. And the pattern is kind of different. You can see the pattern changed here. And I want the pattern to be the same. So let me go to style and see if I can change something in the background options to make it look better. Maybe I can make the size different. Size contain, maybe cover instead would be better. That's pretty close. Let's try custom. Okay, custom, maybe we can get it to match. Let's try to get it to match. Shrinking it a little bit bigger. And almost there. One more. I think I almost got it to match. One more down. Perfect. You see how I got that to match? Now it all looks like it all goes together. I'm going to shrink this space up here as well. So go back to the section, go to advanced, and then this 120, I'm going to change it to 60. There. So now this is closer to this. And let's also add some space up here. Let's add some space up here because now it's maybe just 10. And then on the bottom, we'll do 120 like it had before. Nice. And it kind of moved. Let's adjust the background again. It kind of moved. Let's adjust the background again. And background overlay, let's adjust it to get it perfect. A little bit more up. There it is. See, it's a template, but it's customized because I don't like giving my customers like pre-made stuff. A little bit more. As you can see, it's kind of not getting it perfect. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to do cover. And then I'll change this one to cover as well. And that will kind of make them fall into place. Hopefully. There you are. Cover and cover. It's still not perfect. Okay, the next best thing is to change the attachment to fixed. And then change this attachment to fixed. And 99% of the time that works. Yeah, see, now it's perfect. It adds an effect where the background kind of scrolls, which I don't mind, so I have no problem with that, and it fixed this problem. So I'm gonna leave it like that. All right, so I wanna make these two things look nice. I see that he did capitalize all of these. Let me see. I don't want to have to go back and forth and change all the casing of this. So maybe I can make it nice in a different way, changing the way it's laid out. So maybe I can organize it a little bit better by making it aligned. Let's make this one aligned as well to the left. All right, and let's bring these two closer together by changing, going to the row and changing the width of it. So content width, let's make it small. Let's make it 500. See, now they're next to each other. Let's add some more spacing between them. So we'll go to text. Let's go to icon. Nope, let's go to list. Space between. Beautiful. And let's add some more space, maybe 10. Icon color. Let's use the gold color for the icons to make them stand out. Where was that color at? Here it is. We can use it from here. Let's make that gold color stand out. Copy the color code. All right, let's make the icons gold. Nice. Let's make the text blue. So the text, so I'm going to go to this side here. I'm going to go to the icon. I'm going to copy the blue color. You can always click on an element to see what colors make it up and then use those colors on another element. So I'll make the text blue. Nice, that looks a little bit better. Let's go to typography, and I want to change the font at least so that it matches this font. Let me click on here and see what font is being used here. Style, typography, Didact, Gothic. So let's use that font. So let's go to text again, and whenever you click an element, it saves where you last clicked it, so I don't have to research it. Go to font family, and let's write Didact. Here it is, Didact Gothic. Nice. Let's go to letter spacing. Let's space that out just a little bit so it's easier to read. That looks good. And let's copy the style, and we'll paste the style over here, and we'll match it. Paste style. See? And it's a little bit easier to read. And we're going to do this for all of these lists. So paste style, and paste style, and paste style. See? There you go. Looks much better. And we're going to come back to these because these obviously still don't look that good. We're going to come back to those. All right, so this front section here is done. This section here is done as well. Now I'm kind of feeling like this looks out of place here. Maybe I can put it under here in a way that'll look nice. Let's try. Let's insert a section under here. And let me see if I can put them side by side, and that way it won't be too tall. Yeah, that looks good. And let's put this image centered. So let's go to column, vertical align, middle. And now it's kind of in the center of the entire thing. So that looks a little bit better. Good. Next, we're going to fix this part right here. So we don't need these anymore. We can delete them. I had kept them just in case we needed them, but we ended up not needing them. And let's delete this, and let's delete this. The text here, let's change it to white so that it's easier to read from the background. We're going to go to Style. We're going to go to Text, and text color is going to be white now. Same for this side here. Well, we can just copy and paste these styles. We don't have to go through all the settings again. All things that save time. I want, you see how here this one takes 2 lines and these only take 1 line. I want them to look nice and even, so I want them all to only take up 1 line. So I'm going to increase the amount of space here so that they all, like the amount of width, so they all just take up 1 line. It looks more organized like that. And I'm increasing the width here, but let's see. Oh, silly me. Let's undo that. Control Z to undo. No matter how much I increase the width, there's 2 columns here that are not letting me move. So let's delete these 2 columns. And let's delete this one as well. There you go. Now we can just go back to the option for this row and shrink it till it gets to the sweet spot. Which is, see, that's too much, see? Maybe 650. Beautiful. That way everything takes up 1 line. Let's click update to save our progress. Nice. Now let's pick a truck picture for this side right here. And we can choose a different one from the ones he had. Maybe this one would be good. Let's choose this one this time. Nice. And let's do the same thing that we did on the top. Let's add an intersection right there. And let's bring this one in here. And the great thing is that the home page is the hardest one to design. Now that I've set up all the design for this, when I get to the next pages, it's really quick because I already have all the fonts and colors and everything already picked out. So that's awesome. So this page is designed, so is this one, so is this one, so is this one. Now, it would be cool to have a truck picture back here because it's like a guy stamping a certificate. I don't think that you stamp certificates when you have some kind of law claim dealing with a truck accident. Maybe you do, but I don't think so. So I want to choose an image that's more relatable. So we can go to pixabay.com, which is a free image website. These images are copyright free, so I can write truck and see if we have some nice images of trucks that we can use. And there's some silly ones, but there's some good ones too. And sometimes they even have videos. So we can go to video and see if they have a video. These are paid up here. Let's see if they have a good video. This is kind of nice, like the truck driving by the road. This is pretty cool. Let's see what else they have. This truck is unloading stuff. Construction work. A truck leaving. This one's kind of blurry though. I don't want to use that one. The road. This one's nice. I like this one with the road. This is a truck driving by. You have to keep an eye on how long the video is, because if it's too long, your website will load slowly. Let's see what else they have here. I really like this one with the road, because it doesn't necessarily have to show trucks, but you know, it's the idea that you're driving and you could crash possibly. So it's still on topic. So I'm gonna do a free download on this one. And for the size, I'm gonna choose the smallest one, because I don't want this to slow down my website. I'm gonna click download, and it's gonna be a background, so it doesn't have to be super high resolution. So don't worry about that. So now we're going to go back to our website, click on the options for this section, go to style, and for background type, we're gonna choose video. And now we have a video link right here. And it says video link. So we have to upload the video and put the link in here. Let me click update right quick just to save my progress. And I'm gonna click preview. I like using the preview option to go to the dashboard, because I don't like closing out of Elementor and then having to open it back up again. So I'm gonna go back to the dashboard right here without closing my Elementor tab to save time. And we're gonna go to media. And now we're gonna upload that video. So add new media, select file, and let's go to downloads. And here's that video, and let's click open. And if I go back to Elementor, I had to plug in a video URL. So when this is done uploading, it's probably gonna take a couple of seconds to upload. When that's done uploading, it's gonna have a URL that I'll show you, and we'll be able to use it. And in the meantime, while that's uploading, let me see if there's anything else that I need to do on here. I think this is pretty much good to go. It looks good, right? It looks so much better than what was there before. All right, let's go back to the media. There it is. So here's the link. So just highlight this and copy it. And we're going to place that video right here in this background. Plug it right in there. And look at that. That looks awesome, right? That looks so cool. All right, and then for this part right here, I'm not going to have a video up here, because that video is kind of just people talking and stuff. So for this one, let's use a picture. Let's use truck. And let's find a nice picture of a truck, or like something related to trucks. Oh, it's still on video. Let's go back to images. All right, let's find a cool picture that kind of fits. This one is nice. This is cool. Oh, I like this one. A truck on the highway. Let's download this one. And we can choose, this size is pretty good actually. Let's download that one. I'm not a robot, and click download. There you are. Let's close this little download button here. Media library. We can close out of this already. Let's go back here. And let's change this background type to classic, which is a picture. And we'll click upload files, and we're going to select the one that we just downloaded. Here it is, and open. And we're going to insert the media as soon as it's done downloading. Perfect. Insert media. And for some reason, it's still showing the video. I wonder why. Overlay, could that be why? Background. Still showing the video. Let's update this and refresh the page. Sometimes Elementor gets stuck. Let's refresh the page. Okay, so I refreshed it and it's still showing the video. Let me go to style. And for some reason it didn't save the change that I made. Let me delete the video. Okay. Delete the background image that has a fallback. Okay. And now let's choose the image again. So if Elementor ever gets stuck like that, you just kind of have to, you know, refresh that part. That's why I like to click update every once in a while to save what you do. I want to see if I can make this part brighter, so I'll go to that side of the gradient. It looks nice, but it's kind of hard to read the letters. Let me make it a little bit darker. That looks good. Can I make the yellow a little bit lighter as well? There you go. That looks good. That looks nice. Let's update that. All right, that looks awesome. The truck is there. That's awesome. This looks awesome. For some reason, the truck... See, Elementor glitches sometimes. I put the truck over here, even though this had a video. Let's go to Style. So weird. Did I pick the wrong panel? Was that me? Was that my fault? Oh my god. I have to go back. When I rewatch this video, I'll probably realize that I clicked on the wrong panel probably. Alright, let's go to video. There you go. And for fallback image, we can just choose nice picture, maybe just the people shaking hands. And a fallback image, pretty much what that means is that if the person loading up the website has a slow connection, or they're on a device that doesn't support background videos, it'll use the image instead. And for the background overlay, I'm going to make it a little bit darker, just because since it's moving now, to make the text easier to read. Let's do 85. That looks awesome. All right, let's click update. I think we're done with the homepage, guys. We're done with the homepage. And let's click preview. All right, guys, check that out. Look at the new homepage, guys. Look at that. Isn't that so much nicer? Easier to read. Much more modern. Look at that. You know, so much more professional, right? Looks awesome. All right, so that is an awesome homepage redesign. What I like to do to save my work, I like to go to update, save options, and save as template. So now I'm saving my own template. So I'm gonna call it my homepage. And the reason I'm saving it is because I've already done a lot of work. I've already changed the fonts and done a lot of customizations, and I don't want to have to redo that again for every page. So I can just import my template and copy those designs again. Let's add the header. I don't know why the header is not showing here. I find that very strange. It might be in the page settings, so I can go to this little gearbox right here. And it says Elementor Canvas. That's exactly what I thought it might have been. When you do Canvas, you don't have a header or a footer. It's just the entire Elementor page. Let's change it to Elementor full width and click update. And sometimes this glitches. Hopefully it doesn't this time. Let me click update again. Looks like it didn't save. It's supposed to turn gray, I think. There it is. And let's see. And you can see that it did have a little bit of a glitch. You see how it left these little white spaces here? I'm not sure why it does that, but it happens with the Astra theme sometimes. Let me think about what I want to do with that. Let's change the theme, guys. Let's change. Do I want to do that? Do I want to change the theme? Let me think. I'm thinking about what's going to be easier to do, change the theme or fix this manually. Let's fix it manually. I'll show you guys how to fix it manually. So, or I'll show you how to do it. We're going to have to make a new page for each page now. Let's change the theme. Let's change the theme because I don't want to have to make a page for each page. Let's change the theme. Let's use Ocean WP, which is another really good theme. I guess it has to, to click add new. And let's search Ocean WP and click install. And let me see if this one will automatically detect my Elementor setting and not make me have to do any additional settings. And yes, guys, you can switch themes without breaking your website. Okay, perfect. So yeah, this one detected, awesome. This one automatically detected the correct settings. Beautiful. It did add this title here that says home, but I think I can remove that by going back to Elementor and clicking here where it says hide title and click update, and hopefully that removes the title so I don't have to go into the settings too much more. It did not remove the title, so we have to do it manually. All right, so we're gonna go back to the dashboard and we're gonna go to plugins, and we're gonna need one more plugin to do that. We're gonna go to add new, and the plugin is called Ocean Extra. And I'm not sure why the team at the Ocean WP plugin hasn't built this into the main theme. I'm not sure what reason they have for having it in two separate things. Maybe to make the theme lighter, or maybe it's some rules that WordPress has. Go figure. But now we can go to pages and we can hide the title. So now I can go to the home page here, click edit, and we're going to have some new options. We can skip this setup. We don't have to do that. So here where it says title, we have this extra toolbox here. We click disable and we click update. And now we have removed the title from that page, I believe. Let's go back to the home page now. All right, perfect. Perfect. So a couple extra steps, no big deal. Now let's make this look nice. Now we have the Ocean WP theme. Also a really good theme. I highly recommend it. Let's customize this header here. And skip. I don't want to do the setup. All right, give it a second to load and drink some water. All right. Okay, so we want to get rid of this top little bar right here, and that's called top bar right here on the left-hand side. General, and we're going to turn that off by unchecking it. It's going to get rid of that bar right there. Next thing I want to do, I want to make this background dark blue like this, and I want to put the logo here. Actually, let's put the logo first because the colors of the logo are going to make us see how we design this. Let's go to, where's header? All right, header, logo, and select the logo. And now we're gonna select the logo. You can upload yours. Oh, he has two. He has this one and he has the circle one. I did not know that. I'm gonna use this one because since it's gonna be small, it's gonna be really hard to read all this. So just having an icon that is simple to see is actually much better. I did not know that he had that. Let's skip cropping because I don't want to crop his logo. It should show up here now. Beautiful. It's gigantic. Obviously, we need to go to the size here and adjust the sizing. Let's make it smaller. Much smaller. 50. That's good. All right. And we're gonna, I want to add some spacing on the top of the bottom here as well. Maybe under general, here we are, padding. Let's add 10 pixels to the top and 10 pixels to the bottom just so that the logo is not touching. And the background, let's go to, that should be under general actually. Background color, let's make it black so it looks really sleek and modern. Let's see, does that make the logo hard to see? A little bit hard to see. Should I make it maybe a dark gray? It's still hard. White. White is the color that looks the best in this case for the logo. So we're gonna have to leave that top white. Maybe yellow. Maybe that yellow color. I'll get the exact color in a second, but I'm just gonna try one that's near. It's kind of like, what color is this website? It's kind of like this. That could work. So I would go back and grab the color. I actually have a plugin that I use called, it's this one, ColorZilla. So you can download this from the Chrome store. And I can pick a color right from on the page. And I'm going to pick the yellow that this column is, because this column was actually colored in. And it automatically copies it, and I'm going to paste that there. And now that yellow is the same yellow as the column. See, so it matches perfectly. Now I want to make this menu font bigger, blacker, and nicer in every way. So let's go back. Let's go to the menu and styling. Okay, link color. We're going to go with black so it's nice and easy to read. Hover, black as well, just so that people can know what they're doing. Current link item, black. I really don't like when the colors are all changing in the menu. It's kind of distracting. Hover color, we can make it like a slight gray, like a dark gray, just barely, just so you can kind of barely see that it changes, but I'm not too crazy about that. All right, I think that's about it for what we have to change in the menu. I do want to change the font. So for that, I have to go to typography and main menu and font family. Okay, it was like DI. Oh, here it is. Where is it? Here, didact. So that it matches. Font size, let's try 20. Too big, 15. Let's try 17. Yeah, I think 17 looks good. I want to get rid of this little flashlight there. He doesn't really have a search function on his website. So let's go back. Let's see, where the heck is that coming from? Let's go back to the header and let's go to general. Border bottom, let's uncheck that. I don't need any of that. I'm trying to find where that little light magnifying glass is. So maybe it's under header media? No. Logo, no. Menu, might be under menu. Let's keep scrolling down. Drop down, no. Search icon, here it is. Disable, we don't need that. So sometimes you have to search a little bit through the customizer to find exactly what you need, but if you search, you will find it. I also want to capitalize this. That I want it to be capital. So let's go back to the menu options again. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back to typography. And let's go to main menu and text transformation. Let's do uppercase. Do we like how that looks? Do we like how that looks? Font. I do like how that looks, but and now it's way too big, so definitely have to go back to 15. Okay, yeah, I do like how that looks. All right, we're gonna click publish and close out of here. And I'm gonna change the way the menu is set up. Contact is usually the last thing, and the about us is usually the second thing. So we're gonna hover over here and go to menus, and we're gonna change the order just because that's the like industry standard: home, about us, the service, and then the contact page. And we're gonna click save. All right. And he had a button that said call me over here, remember? Let me go to the customizer and see if I have any options to do that. I'm not sure if, I know Astra has that for sure. I'm not sure if Ocean WP has that, but I want to believe that they do. So let's go to header. Let's go to general. Let's see, after header content. Let me see if it's here. Okay, let me write okay. All right, so it shows up right there. So if I write call, but it kind of shows up. Maybe I can add some padding on the right. Will that help? Oops, will that help? No, it shows up really close, like touching. And I don't want that. And I can't add space. Okay, so let's leave that like that. We're going to add his phone number in a different place then. Perfect. All right, beautiful. Oh, we need to get rid of this down here as well. Let's go customize. And I'll show you how to fix the footer as well. And the footer is usually where you have like all your like repeated information. So footer widgets is this gray bar right here. We're gonna remove that. I don't want that. And for the footer bottom, that's like the actual all the way at the bottom, this right here. We're gonna put copyright 2020, and we're gonna put his company's name. Let me go back to the case convert. Whoops, I was writing in capital case this time. And let's put capitalized. Whoops. And let me add spacing here because this is all together. And now I'll click capitalize. Beautiful. And we're gonna add that here instead. And we'll do LLC and click publish. And let's make the background color 100% black. There you go, and click publish. Nice, so that fixes the footer that I just noticed. And his phone number is down here, so we kind of don't need to reuse it. But this is a business, so they probably want to have their phone number front and center. So let's go ahead and do that for them. Let's add their phone number in their front and center. And I want to add it right under here. So I'm going to add a new tab, just like that. And I'm going to copy this information here. Call now. And let's add a... Actually, I can just duplicate this. These are like little time-saving things that you guys can do to save time. Duplicate it, pop it right in there. Go to the background options. Let's make the background black so that there's contrast. The text is there, it's just white. Whoops. Let's make this all one line. So this BR is a line break. We can erase that. And we can erase this. I'm going to put just the straight phone number just to avoid confusion. Sometimes people get confused by that. Let's go to advanced. There's 30 spacing, which I'm going to erase. Let's do just 10, and we can take off the right and left part. All right, 10 and 10. Actually, even smaller than that. Let's do 5 and 5. And the font, we can make it a little bit smaller so it doesn't take up too much space. We can do 30. And I'm going to add 2 gold lines on the top and on the bottom so that it matches the styling of the rest of the website. I'm going to grab this gold color just from this subheading here. And I'm going to go back to this section. And I'm going to go to borders, solid lines, color. I'm going to plug in the color here, the border. And we're going to add a border on the top of maybe 3 and 3 at the bottom. And let's click update. And let's click preview. All right, look at that, see? Nice, beautiful. All right, so now we have to edit the other pages, which are gonna be a lot faster than the first one. So let's do the about page real quick. Okay, so here we have the about page, and we're gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be a lot easier now since we already have the layout. Let's click edit page, and we're gonna get rid of this title first. All right, let's go to title and remove that. The titles, having that title up there looks kind of ugly, especially since it's not part of the design. So there's really no point in having it. For page attributes, let's do full width. I think Elementor overrides that, but I like setting it up here just in case so I don't have to do it twice. All right, so let's click edit with Elementor. And that's gonna load up. And now we can recycle some of the elements from the home page to use them here. So we're gonna click the folder right here, and we're gonna go to my templates, and we're gonna click here my home page, the one that I already set up, and we're gonna insert it right in there and click yes. All right, perfect. The first thing we wanna check is here in settings that it's not canvas because it wasn't canvas before. So full width is what we want. Let's click update to save that. All right, so it's gonna refresh again now. Perfect. All right, so here we have his content and the design that we had used before. So let's do the same thing. So let's have, we don't need a hero part anymore, this part here, because it's kind of only used for like the home page, like an attention grabber. So we don't really need this section anymore, but we can still use the content sections. So what we'll do is we'll get his title right here and his picture, and we're gonna set that up right here. So let's plug in his name right there, and let's plug in his picture right here. Let's make sure we get the same one. That's this one. Let's make sure we get the same one. All right, let's look for it. Here it is. Yeah, it's the only one. And click insert. All right, perfect. Now we're gonna get this paragraph right here, and we're gonna copy it. But it looks like it has some formatting. You can check by going to text, and you can see that it has some code there. We can erase that because we want it to just be the plain text. And we're gonna erase this too, and just erase any formatting. All right, perfect. So let's copy the first section here, and let's paste that right here, and like that. Perfect. Let me see. We also have 2 more sections in this paragraph. They were separated. Let me see if I can pull it back up here. Education and bar location. So maybe these can be 2 little boxes, kind of like how this was. Let me see what the options are here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this 2 little boxes, and we're gonna plug them in here. So let's delete this and delete this, and we're gonna look up an icon box, and that's what I'm gonna use for those 2 services. So let me plug in the content first, and I'm gonna erase this so I don't get it mixed up since I already reused that part. So we have education, and we're gonna plug in the education right over here. There you are. And we have bar location, so we're gonna copy that, and we're going to duplicate this and move it over and put that content there. And next we're gonna put the 2 little paragraphs that are right under. So let's do that. His education, right here under education, and the bar location information right under that one. Let's go ahead and do that and plug that in right there. Okay, so let's fix the icon and the colors. So let's fix the colors first. Let's go to Style, Primary Color. Let's use the gold. Let's use the gold. We can grab it from this font. Under Style, we can see the color right here. Grab the color, and let's plug it in right here. Nice. And for the content, for the title, let's also use the same color. Perfect. And for the font, let's make sure it's the same font. Here it is. Nice. And for the second part, let's make sure it's the same font as well. Oh, sorry. For color, let's use black. Actually, let's use whatever color this is. I think it's like a light gray. Here it is. Let's copy that color. And let's go back here. And let's go to description color and let's paste it in there. There you go. And for the font, let's fix the font. There it is. And let's make it a little bit bigger. It's kind of small. Right there, and a little bit thinner. It's kind of like too thick. That's too thin. It's a little bit more. Yeah, that's good right there. For the education, let's try to go to content, and under icon, let's see icon for education. No, maybe school, class, study, maybe a book. All right, so for education, actually, it's a graduation one. Here we go. So we can use this one for education. Nice. Now we're going to copy the style and paste it over here to save time. See? And for our bar location, we can use a little map. Here we are, and insert. Perfect. You see? That looks much better. All right, cool. So let's see what else we can do. So we have all of this information here. We already have his name, his photo, this. We have this membership. Let me see where I can place that. Let's try to place that right here. Let me see. Is that going to be the best place to place it? He has a video here too. I wonder if I can put the video here. Let's delete this stuff here. Actually, I'm gonna use. Actually, I have an idea for these two columns. Let's delete this content here. Maybe we can change the background video to be his video. I need the URL, of course. Maybe I can get it from this element. Let's see if it lets me. Yeah, it lets me go into the media. It's this one. Here's the URL. Beautiful. I'm gonna grab that. And this video doesn't have any sound. I think it's just like a background video. So I'm going to use that one for the background instead. There it is. Perfect. And I'm going to move this down and make him more visible. So let me play with the spacing here. Let me go to advanced. All right, I'm going to zero this out and zero this out. Okay, and let me go to the column. Does that have spacing? No. Does this section here have spacing? Yes, there it is. All right, and the reason I did this is because I want to control where the space is. So I'm going to, okay, here they're overlapping, so I can't go behind it. If you right click and you go to Navigator, you can actually see the way things are structured, and then I can go behind it. See, like that. So I click section, that's going to give me the section over here. I'm going to add some padding to the top. Let's do 100. Actually, let's do 250. Ooh, 2000. Oops. 250, and then at the bottom, maybe 30. Maybe 50. 50, and then maybe 300 here. Kind of want to, or 350. I kind of want to give it enough space so that it shows his face. Perfect. Awesome. So I'm actually going to go ahead and delete these right here. And then what I'll do, these two things, I'll put them down here instead. See? There you go. Nice. Sometimes Elementor does not cooperate. Let's try again. Perfect. There you go. Now we can delete this box here. And we need to make this video a little bit lighter so that you can actually see it. So let's go to Style, and let's go to Background Overlay, and let's make this a little bit more transparent. Maybe 20 is a good middle point. And let's make this text white so it's easier to read. So we'll go ahead and make this text white. Oops, that was for the logo. Let me undo, Control Z, Command Z. And sometimes Command Z does not work. So let's just edit this one first then. Let's go to Style, Content, Description. Let's make that white. Perfect. And we might need to make the font a little bit bigger so that it's easier to see with the video background. 20 is good. And now we can copy the style and paste the style over here. There you go. It's kind of cropping out weird here. Let me update it and see how it looks on the live website. And so let's click Update, and let's click Preview. Let's just see how it looks for like a regular visitor. I haven't deleted this, that's why that's still there. But this is gonna look like this. Okay, that actually looks really good. Okay, I like that. We can leave that like that. That's awesome. Let me see if maybe this should be white, because I do think that actually is going to be easier to read in white now that I look at it. So let's make that in white, and let's do the title in white as well. And let's make it a little bit bigger, maybe 25. And let's make it a little bit wider so the sentences don't take up so much space. So we're going to go to this rows layout and maybe do 750. Yeah, there you go. And then we'll copy the style and paste it to this side. There you go, and click Update. And let's see how it looks on the live page. It's going to refresh. There it is. That looks really good. Nice. Perfect. Okay, great. The next thing is this section here. So I think I'm going to put this right under the video. So I'm going to click plus and just add a custom section just for that one. And I'm going to go ahead and use this gold text. So I'll duplicate this. And I'll move it down to that section and center it. And I can actually use this same image gallery because this image gallery is going to work fine. So I just put that right under there. Perfect. And now we can copy this text right here and put it right here. Nice. Perfect. Okay, now we can, I think that's it. That was all the content. Yep, that was all the content on that page. I do feel like I want to do a header. So I'm going to add a heading section here. And I'm going to show you a cool trick. If I go to the home page, I saved it before I added the contact phone number. That's why when I imported it didn't have that. But I can actually still copy and paste from one section to another. So I opened Elementor on the home page. It's also open on the About page. That doesn't matter. You can do it on both. And I can now grab this, click Copy, and I can paste it. I can paste it right in here. Whoops. Well, maybe I have to paste it at the bottom. That's fine. I'll paste it here. Nice. And I can actually scroll this all the way up. And I want to have this like as a header for the website. So I'll put it right here. But obviously I don't want to have the phone number. I want it to say Meet Johnny Adams. So let's have it say that. So I'll just write that in there. Meet Johnny, whoops, how do you spell his name? Yeah. Johnny Adams. Oops. All right, perfect. Let me go ahead and delete all this extra stuff then. Awesome. I'm going to remove the borders because they really don't make sense here. So I'll go to borders and put none for here. And this looks kind of plain. So let's move this to the left and let's make it a little bit bigger. So let's go to advanced padding. Let's do 50 and 50. That's nice. Actually, I kind of want it to be this size. So let me copy this style and paste it here. And I'll make it white so that you can read it. Whoops, I made the background white. I meant to make the text white. Alright, perfect. Let me see how that looks. Nice. And let's add a background image to this section here. So let's go to image, and let's add this image of the truck that we got. Alright, so we need to make it fit, so we can go cover on the size, and then center. Center. There it is. And we can add the black overlay just so that you can actually read the text. So let's go overlay, let's pick a color. You can choose black. Whoops, I slipped. You can choose black. And we can make it like maybe 80% will work. 80%. Nice, perfect. Alright, so that's that. This is this. This section, we don't need it anymore, so we can delete this. We can leave the contact section, and let's add some more spacing here because this looks kind of squished here. So let's do, click here to unlink these, and let's do 50 at the top and 50 at the bottom. Perfect, and let's click update. And let's preview this now. All right, look at that. Nice, right? Much better. The video and his education, memberships, and the contact. Very nice. So you see how quickly we did the about page? So now we can jump to the next page, which is big trucks and collisions. I'm going to keep this open because I'm going to recycle some of the elements from here on this page. Whoa, this text got like really crunched. All right. Okay, so let's click edit page. And let's get rid of the title. Title, disable, update. Alright, it's saving. Alright, perfect. And let's click, let's go to page attributes. Whoops. Page attributes. Let's do full width. And update. And now we'll edit it with Elementor. Alright, edit with Elementor. And it's going to be really fast because we already have a lot of the design figured out. So for example, we're going to let this load in here. Awesome. Let's get the title. We already have the title section designed. And let's paste it in there. Well, we have to scroll down to paste it. So this is like one of the ways that I'm able to create 30 to 40 websites a month. Simply by, instead of designing everything every time, you can kind of just create a custom layout and then use that same kind of branding throughout the website. So let's change the capitalization here. And by recycling the design like that, the website stays consistent, but at the same time, it's like looks good and is modern. I think this is an image gallery that he did here, but not sure how he got that to happen like that. I'm gonna skip that part here. Now, this looks like it's the same content that was on the homepage. Let me double check, because if it is, then we can reuse that same information. And let's insert it here. And I'm going to click no, because I think if I click yes, it makes it canvas, and I want it to be full width. All right. Let me check the settings here. Yeah, full width. Beautiful. And we can remove this here. So understanding the type of accident, and then they have this. Is that the same thing he has here? Understanding the type of accident. Common truck accident causes. Common truck accident cause. Yeah, it is. It's exactly the same information he has on the homepage. So the only difference is this gallery and the title. All the information is the same information. Truck wreck statistics. I think that is, we don't have that. Okay, so we have to add that. But everything else we have. We have common truck accident causes. We have common damage compensation. We have accident types, already that content. This we don't have. This we don't have. So we're going to make a page for this. A section for this. And we need to make a gallery. The title we already have. Okay, so let's add a gallery section. And that's going to be near the bottom of the page. That's where he has it. So we're gonna add a new section, and right here, and we're gonna add an image gallery. So we're gonna search a gallery element, and here's the basic gallery. We're gonna pop that right in there, and we're gonna select the images. And the images he selected are pretty much the ones that he had uploaded here of these crashes. So let's check them all in. That's all of them, and click Create Gallery and Insert. Now he had some information written on here. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, it's actually text that's under the gallery. Okay, so we need to grab this text and use it. I couldn't even tell because it was so squished. Let's do sentence case so it's easier to read. Got to capitalize Alabama and move that comma. All right, perfect. So let's copy this. And here is the, oh, I went to the wrong page. Here is the gallery that we're making. Here it is. We're gonna make it look nicer. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 images, which is an odd number, so it's gonna be hard to make it even. Let's remove one of them, and I think we should remove maybe this one here, or yeah, this one here, because it's kind of hard to see what's going on. It looks like it flipped over. So let's remove one to make it even. Now let's remove this one because this one actually looks like the truck came off the road, but doesn't look too bad. Like he could probably pull that back in if it wasn't too bad. Let's leave these that are kind of worse, and let's insert that. And now it'll be even because we'll do 3 columns. There you go. And we're gonna go to style and spacing. Let's do custom spacing, and let's make it just 5 pixels so it's closer. Let's go to the content again. The size, let's do full. What happens if we do full size? Let's see what we get here. All right, it's a little bit, it's good, but they're kind of different sizes, so you get this gap here. Let's try 300 by 300. We still get these gaps, and I don't like that. Let's see what options we have here. No, the best option we have is to do the thumbnails. Let me check this one. No, thumbnail is going to be the way to go here. Yeah, but that doesn't look too great, does it? Okay, I have an idea. So I'll make another section here with 3 columns, and then what we'll do is we're going to upload all these pictures up as background images. So we're going to add a spacer to each, and it'll be 300 pixels tall, and we're going to duplicate that spacer into each column like this. Okay, and now we're going to set each one of these pictures as a background. So these are like little workarounds that you kind of learn after you do this a lot. Now let's go ahead and do that. Insert, and let's get all the settings right. So cover image and center. Nice. And now let's do this one the same. Upload the image. We're going to skip that one, insert this one. Let's do cover and center. Nice. And we'll do this one as well. Get the background image and insert it and cover. Perfect. So you see how this looks so much better than this. So that looks really good. So let's duplicate this. And now we just have to replace these pictures at the bottom. So, you know, another little trick to save time, you can, the more you can duplicate and reuse items instead of having to remake them from scratch, that's something that saves me a ton of time. Being able to create items that are flexible and can be used more than once throughout the website. And it also makes the website have a certain branding. So, you know, if you have a website and there's a ton of different colors and a ton of different stylings, it just looks like it's a mess, like it's all over the place. So that looks really nice and good and clean. And I think he meant for this to go right under the title. So I'm gonna put some content right under here. Let me see here what's gonna be the best way to do this. Because he had it up here, Big Truck Collision, which is the title. Let's see how I'm going to organize this the best way possible. I think the best way is going to be to recycle this section as a title section. So let me delete this, and let me delete this text, and delete, oops, actually I want to keep that text, whoops, delete this. Now here's where I'm going to paste the text that I converted earlier. Let's paste that in there. All right, and I think that's what was right under here, right? Yeah, that was the stuff that we couldn't read. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to center this text. There you go. And I can delete this. And I can delete this. And this has a lot of space. Let's shrink the space here. It's way too much. 150, that's too much. 120, that's too much. Does this also have spacing? Does this column also have spacing? Oh yeah, man, there's spacing all over the place. I'm deleting all of this. Does this thing also have spacing? Yep, see? There's so many different spacings that it's hard to control. I zeroed out everything, and now I can do it from, from clean. So I'll do 50 and 50 maybe. That might look good. That's enough. And maybe let's do 20 and 20 on the right and left, just to make it a little more centered. Nice. Let's do this section full width, so that the images go all the way to the side. And that way, when you stretch it out, see, it fills up the whole space. And we do the same thing for this one right here, make it full width. See, and it goes all the way to the side. All right, nice. So let's move this in the order that it goes. So this is going to go right under the header, which is where he had it. Because this was like the first section that he had. And this is going to go next. Let's move that up. Let's move that up. Hopefully, I wish Elementary would figure out a better way to move these things than this. So I'll put that there. Now let's do the second one. Let's move this up. I guess I could move it with the navigator, but it's just hard to see what you're doing when you're working with that. Okay, cool. Big truck collision, the information, the pictures. Nice. So now I can delete this section. And this thing here, and this thing here. He had a lot of extra stuff on here. There you go. So this is the next part here. And this was at the bottom. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And put it down here. So this information was the same. So we can leave that there. And did I delete something extra? I feel like I deleted something by mistake. Oh, I deleted the... Let me see. I deleted a section that he had. It's no problem because that section is in the homepage. So I'm going to go to the homepage and grab it. These are things that happened when you're making a website, guys. So that's why I'm recording this video. So you guys can see the whole process that I go through from start to finish. The things that get stuck sometimes and how to fix them. See, so I accidentally deleted this section, but it's okay. It's in the homepage. I can copy it and bring it back. And I'll paste it right here. Oops, I'll paste it right here. And I'll bring that right back up. So, no worries. Websites are very forgiving. There's an undo button here, but I didn't want to undo the work that I did putting this together. So here are all the sections, and now we just have to make one for this one. And like I said, I like having a solid section and like an image section. So I'm going to use this solid section for those statistics that he mentioned. So I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to move this to the bottom because this is the design that I'm going to use for that. So I'm going to copy this title. Let's change the casing on it to capitalized and plug it right in. That's the homepage. Let me close out of here so I don't get confused. And plug it right in here. And here is the subheading. Also all caps. He really likes caps for some reason. I'm not sure why. Let's do sentence. Capitalize Washington, D.C. Come on. I think D.C. is supposed to be capitalized too. Alright, let's copy this. And that's going to be the subheading here. I wonder if this is not that long. Maybe I can use that as the gold subheading. Let's see how it looks. That's too much. So let's use it as this text. Nice, that looks good. And next he has this information. So let's erase this. Actually, I am going to use that as a subheading. Yeah. But I just have to make it smaller because right now it takes up way too much space. So what I'll do is I'll add some padding on the right, like 30, and then on the left, like 30. And then I'll go to Style, Typography, and what I'll do is I'll make the line height a little bit more. And what line height is, it separates the lines, as you can see. And by separating it a little bit more, it's easier to read, like that. So now I can get this information, and I'm going to do it one section at a time. Let me convert this to sentence case, I think. Probably capitalized case, actually. All right, there we are. And it looks like there's some statistics here, but they're all together. I think I'm going to want to like have each statistic in its own section. Oops, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, like 4 different statistics, and maybe I can use those 4 columns. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. So I'm going to duplicate this column right here, and duplicate this column, and they're going to need a little bit more space, so I'm going to go to the option for this whole row, and I'm going to hit space here, which puts the default spacing, and hopefully that will be enough spacing when I plug stuff in there. Okay, so let's plug in the first part, and I'll just copy this text box. I'm just going to plug in this text box in here. Come on, there you go. Whoa, that looks weird. So maybe this text box has too much spacing itself, and it does. Look at that, right and left. So let's erase all this extra spacing, and let's paste in the information. Nice. Let's shrink the font because it's kind of hard to read. Like everything is crumbled up, so let's shrink the font to 16. That looks good. Now let's go to the second piece of information, which is this little paragraph over here, the second statistic. And this one's already it's already cased correctly, so I don't have to do that again. Let's duplicate this since it already has all the styling, and plug it in there. That way I don't have to edit the font and the style and the color every single time. So let's just duplicate it. And now we can plug in here this information. Whoops. Plug in here this information. And now let's go to the third paragraph. There you are. And let's plug in the third set of information. And last but not least, we'll go to the fourth paragraph, and we'll plug in the fourth set of information, which is why the main key here is kind of figuring out where each thing should go. And even this is kind of hard to read for me, like it's all clumped together. So I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to like delete 2 and 3 from here, just to give each thing more space to be read. And then I'll delete 1 and 2 from here, and then I'll have 1, 2, 3, and 4. See, like that, the 4 statistics. And let's see how that looks. And now we can maybe now I will reduce the space to 700. Let's do 800. Yeah, 800 is good. And then I'll do 800 here as well. Yeah, that looks fine. I don't know if are these too close together. Let's add some internal padding. So we'll go to the column here, and we'll do, see, there's already some here. So let me erase this because this is already like being preset for me. I don't like that. So let's lock all these together, and let's do 10. So it's 10 all the way around. And we'll do the same thing for here. I want to zero this out and do 10 all the way around, just so that there's a good amount of space between these things. And we're going to go ahead and do the same for these as well. Zero this out, 10 all the way around, and zero this out, and 10 all the way around, so that the spacing is nice and even for all of them. Now I want to let people know that these are 4 different things, so I'm going to use, I think, numbers, like big numbers, in this font. So let me duplicate this, and I'll bring this down here, and let me erase all this stuff. And maybe I'll write like number 1, and I'll center it. and let's make it gold like this. Let's get that gold color. And let's make this gold, just so that people know that it's 4 different things. See, like that. I don't know, it doesn't look that good. Maybe instead of 1, it could just be number 1. Yeah, that looks better. So I'll duplicate this. Yeah, let's duplicate this to each section, and then we'll go back in and change the number that each one is. Nice. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like, these are the 4 statistics that they can look at of things that happen with these trucks. All right, perfect. Now the background. I don't want to have the same background video twice. So I'm going to go ahead and change this and to an image. And we already used this, so let's go back and let's look for another truck picture in Pixabay. Let's do truck, and there's probably a ton of other images that we didn't see that we can use. Let's try to find a good one. I like this one. This one looks super nice. Let's download this one and download it. Okay, download, and we can close out of here. And let's put that one as the background now. And we're gonna choose to upload the file from our computer that we just saved. Where is it? Here it is. Insert. Oops, open it, insert. All right, did it upload? It's uploading. All right, and we can close out of Pixabay for now. And for some reason, oh, there it is. Thought I got stuck. Insert. Nice. Now I think this has too much spacing. We can hit a preview and see how it looks like. See how the page looks. And I think it might have too much spacing. Let me see here. See, this is a, I don't know, is this good? Or is this too much? I think it's just a little bit too much, making the background look really stretched. So let's do, instead of 145, maybe just 50. And then bottom 50 as well. Just so that it's not like super, like so big and so stretched. And we're gonna see how that looks like over here. The next one, here we are. See, everything's a little bit more compact now. Nice. And that was this section right here, so we don't need this section anymore. We can close out of that. And we can leave the contact us, because he probably wants people to contact him anyways. There's no buttons that we need to update here, so we don't have to do anything with that. And we can click update to save. So that was the 3rd page. You can see how much faster it is once you have the home page all done and figured out. Last, we're going to do the contact page. And this one's going to be really easy. Let's click edit page. And for this one, I might actually have to use a new template from the ones that we saved. And I'll use the contact. Let's disable the title first. And set this to full width. We'll use the contact template that we saved at the beginning. So that's up to date, it's updating, it's saving. All right, let's edit with Elementor now. I like to leave this open just so I can come back and pull anything that I need to from there. We can erase, we can delete this, we don't need it anymore. Let's see, we had a contact template that we saved, I believe. Contact us, let's insert that one, and let's put no, so it doesn't change our page settings this time. All right, perfect, contact us, nice. Here's a phone number, email, address, some more information. This is a lot of extra stuff. We don't need all this, so I can close this. I can close this. And I'm going to recycle the contact section that I had set up. Here it is. I'm going to recycle this. Let me copy this and put it here. Alright, and we're gonna just copy this map. I'm gonna put this map over here and paste it there. And we're gonna make it black and white as well, like we did before. Saturation 0. Nice. This map is a little bit, is it too big? No, it's just too zoomed out. Let's zoom it in a little bit more. Let's do 16% maybe. 16 and 500. All right, perfect. That map looks good. This phone number, we're gonna have to use it. Let's copy this phone number, and I'm gonna put a contact form here so I can delete this picture. I don't need all this information here. This can stay the same. The phone number, I'm gonna plug it in here. Nice. I don't need this information here. His email, plug it in there. I'm gonna change this background here as well. Let's put the, let's use the new truck image. Yeah, nice. And let's make it a little bit smaller. It's kind of really big just for the picture. So let's do maybe just 50 instead of 150. 250, I mean 50. Yeah, because it doesn't need to be that gigantic. We're gonna put a contact form here and contact us. His information, I have it on his other website. So let me pull it up from his other website right quick. Let's go to contact. All right, perfect. So here is his contact information. Perfect. I'm going to copy all this. And I'm going to paste it here. Because I'm going to have to recycle all this information now. Oh, look, I didn't know Elementor did that. It automatically turns them into buttons now. I did not know they did that. So let's duplicate this, because he has another phone number that we can use. Although maybe this phone number is just for the other website, so I'm not gonna touch the phone numbers, but I am gonna keep the email, because he probably does have that email. Let me delete this. Now you plug in this email here, right there. Plug in his email. We can delete this. The address is already down there. Let me just write in the address that he told me. And we can put that, we can actually add another one of these. Let's duplicate this. And we're gonna use a map icon. And that will be for the address this time. Ta-da. And if you want to add a space, like I want to add a space right here after Alabama, I can do less than BR greater than, and that will add a line break automatically. Let me move that comma back one space. There it is. That's good. All right, perfect. So there he has his address, the title, the map. This I can close out because we don't have to go to the contact page from the contact page. So let me click update, and we're going to add a contact form here. And normally I use Elementor Pro, but I know that you might be following along and you might not have Elementor Pro. So I'm going to use a free plugin called Contact Form 7, which is Contact Form 7 is it's been around forever. Let me close out of this. It's been around forever, so it's super reliable. Contact Form 7. And let's pop that up right here. It is install Contact Form 7. And it's loading and activate. All right, give it a second to load. All right, perfect. There it is. Let's go to settings for the Contact Form 7. And we're almost done, guys. Let's click edit right here. And here's a shortcode we have to copy. And if you go to mail, it'll show you where it's sending it to. So it has his email there. It has all the information. Just make sure that you have the right email in the to box, just so that it sends to the right place. So we're going to copy this. Oops, we're going to copy this little code up here, and we're going to click save. And we're going to go back to the contact page. And now we're going to go to all the Elementor elements, and we're going to search shortcode. And it's going to be this. And we're going to pop that in right there. And that lets us paste in that little code that we just copied. We're going to paste it in right there, and WordPress will be able to read it. So let's click update and preview. All right, perfect. Looks really good. Nice. That looks awesome. I want this to match this gold color. So in this case, we're going to use the customizer to change it. So we're going to go to customizer. We can close out of this. We're going to go to customizer and give it a second to load. All right. And we're going to go to design the buttons of the website. because this form is controlled by the customizer, not Elementor. So we're going to go to general, if I'm not mistaken, general options, general styling. I believe, let's see, is that maybe general styling? Let's see. There's a specific one for the buttons. Title, page nation, form, input. Here, tech input area. So the label is like this little box. I'm gonna make it black, so that, see, it's easier to read. And border color, I'm gonna make this black as well, just so that it, oops, made it blue, so just so it's easier to see, just like that. See. And where's the button color? Border, background, cut. Is this the button? No, that's not the button color. Let's go back here. Oh, theme buttons. Here you go. All right, so we're gonna make the button this same color. I have a tool that lets me pick the color. If not, you can go back and just go to the Elementor and see what color it is. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Let's try that again. I did not click the color. Let's pick the color. Come on, perfect. And we're gonna make that the color. Nice. Now, and we're gonna put it again here. And we'll make it just a little bit darker because you want the color to change a little bit so people know it's clickable. It's just a little bit darker. Let's make it a little bit darker still. There you go, so people can know it's clickable. And we're gonna click publish. And I'm seeing that these are kind of close together. I'm gonna add some space here. So let's close out of here. I can close this already. Let's click edit with Elementor on the contact us page. All right, let's add some spacing here. So I'm gonna do maybe 10 at the top and 10 at the bottom, and then we can copy and paste the styling on each of them. Paste style and paste style, and click update. And that's it. We've edited all the pages of this website. Let's go back and let's see the new website. We're gonna go back to the home page now. And we're done, guys. So this is the new website. Check it out. Now, if you go back to the beginning of the video and look at how it started, you can see that it was hard to read. Everything was mixed together. And now everything is clean, easy to read, easy to go through the information, easy to find out like where everything is. All the pages look really nice and modern. And you know, if a customer comes to this website, it's going to look professional. It's going to look good. They're going to want to hire him. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is pretty much my design process. For most of my small business customers, this is how I help them. It's the most affordable and fastest way to get a really professional website. Of course, I have some customers that want a completely custom site. And for those customers, we do something from scratch. But for most small businesses, this is like an awesome solution that is affordable and fast if they need a website right away. All right, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed sharing my process with you. I hope you guys learned not only the technical stuff, but also the thought process that I put into how the website should work and why I want certain things to look certain ways, and how we can make it so that the website looks professional. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to click like if this video helped you, and subscribe for more content just like this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.